Toll grows. Tonight we learn New York's mayor has ordered 6,000 body bags. So far, 5 victims have been pulled from the wreckage alive. As rescue teams search for any signs of life, investigators are traveling across this country trying to track down the conspirators. Fox 2's Rick Leventhal is joining us live to begin our team coverage. He is in New York City tonight.
A real scare here late this afternoon when what was left of Tower Number 1 came crashing down, and then there were signs that at least 3 tall buildings across the street from the World Trade Center might also be about to collapse. Some 2,000 rescue workers evacuated the scene, many of them running right past us down the street here, police pushing everyone back for their own safety, and many of those workers have not yet returned, but limited search and rescue operations are still underway, and now there is word that the death toll here could top 20,000. Rescue workers search for survivors in the 5-story mound of rubble. More than 300 New York firefighters still missing, along with thousands of innocent men and women.
You couldn't see, but you could hear. You could hear the steel bending, you could hear the crumbling, you could hear people's voices. There was nothing you could do. There was not a thing you could do for them.
The major focus right now is where do we think we have opportunities to find people. We're still hopeful. There's still hope that we can find people, and we're going to continue to proceed in that direction.
The fire at the Pentagon is still smoldering, and bodies are being removed. And in Pittsburgh, investigators continue their hunt for clues, saying that wreck may hold valuable evidence because much of the debris is still intact.
I personally think that this black box in this incident could be a key, because I think personally there was a struggle in that airplane before it hit the ground, and somebody made a heroic effort to keep that from hitting a populated area.
In Boston, where 2 of the doomed flights originated, heavily armed police raid 2 downtown hotels. Following up on leads, the hijackers may have gotten help in the Boston area. And in Florida, FBI agents are focusing their attention on flight schools, specifically Embry-Riddle University. The question they're trying to answer: is this where the hijackers learned to fly? Many other questions still to be answered in what is now being called the most massive investigation ever conducted in America. But in all of this death and destruction, one incredible story of survival. Port Authority police officer John McLaughlin pulled from the wreckage early today, telling his rescuers that he was on the 82nd floor of one of the towers when it collapsed, and that he rode the building down to the ground. He broke both of his legs and shattered both of his ankles, but he is living proof that miracles can happen. Live in New York City, Rick Leventhal, Fox News.
An incredible story. Part of the Pentagon in ruins tonight, but the American spirit is intact. Rescue workers and military personnel went to the roof of this huge 3-story American building. They unfurled a huge flag, this one just in time for a visit from the president. Mr. Bush came to the scene to thank rescue crews for their efforts and to praise the unity of the American people. Meanwhile, the search for victims continues. Only part of this huge complex was damaged, so even as emergency crews were dousing the final flames, some of the employees returned to work today. But when all of the dead are counted in New York and Washington, the tally will be staggering. New York Mayor Rudolph Giuliani warning tonight that the death toll will be, quote, extraordinarily high. The New York Port Authority estimating that the casualty count may climb over 20,000. At the Pentagon, it was initially believed as many as 800 may have been killed. Now the military says the toll could be closer to about 150. And the 4 hijacked planes had 266 people on board. Also tonight, a Bloomfield Hills family is hoping for word from their son. Terrence E. Adderley is the CEO of Troy-based Kelly Services Incorporated. His 22-year-old son worked on the 93rd floor of the North Tower of the World Trade Center. His family believes that he was at work that morning because of emails sent from his office. Flight 11 hit the North Tower at 8:45 a.m. yesterday. No one has heard from him since then. Tonight, he is listed as missing. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family.
And out of the rubble comes some relief for another Metro Detroit family. Since the tragedy, they were very worried about their son, who lives just a block away from the World Trade Center. But tonight we have some good news for them. Fox 2's Fanchon Stinger joins us live from New York tonight. Fanchon, this is an amazing story.
Yes, it is a very happy story, Monica. You are about to meet Biltu Saha. He graduated from the University of Detroit Jesuit High School in Detroit back in May. He is now a freshman studying at New York University, studying journalism. Tonight, he wants his family